Welcome to our coverage of the NBA All-Star Game with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. This is Kevin Harlan.
And guys, this really sets up to be an incredible night in terms of excitement from the coaches to the players to us here in the booth. I mean, this is such a fantastic event to be a part of.
Guys, it really is the greatest all-star game in all of sports, in my opinion. We have the best players in the NBA at the peak of their powers. I mean, I can't wait to see what this year's game has in store for us.
A look at the West All-Stars starting group. Kobe is out there with Nash, and it's Garnett, and it's Garnett, and it's Malone in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Arenas misses.
And we've got a collection of the greatest players in the world here. I mean, and playing in an event where they can really let it all hang out.
And that's exactly why we always come away with such great memories. I mean, because they really do try to give the fans as many highlights as possible. And they are the best players in the world.
Here is Nash.
And this has become one of the must-see events of the year, which is obvious by all the star power in attendance here tonight.
Well, certainly the Hollywood crowd is on hand, the biggest names from the sports world, music stars. Everybody wants to be a part of All-Star Week.
In the first half of his season, boy, how special has it been? He has been on a rampage.
Yeah, and he's got tremendous talent, and when he's fully healthy and engaged, I mean, he's really impossible to stop. That's what we've been seeing this year from him.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Boy, that's a tough take there by Durant. He gets off the shot as finesse coming into play there, and he's able to draw the foul as a result.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Durant.
Well, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The West All-Stars coach and I did get a chance to talk. Now he understands the entertainment aspect of this game. He knows the fans want a show, but you can still detect some seriousness in his voice. He wants to win this game, probably a little bit more than he's willing to let on. Guys?
Thanks, David. Nash with it. Now guarded by Antetokounmpo. Now Nash. And the rejection by Giannis. From deep, James. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
I think LeBron is best shooting the ball off the dribble. His accuracy, spot on.
The pass to Kobe. That shot misses. Wade with the defensive effort. Here's Arenas. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
Always good to see Giannis get his teammates involved because he knows he can't do it alone.
Garnett outside. Back to Nash. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now, here's Wade. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, and Wade slams it in.
Hey, how about the reverberation from that slam all throughout the arena? He absolutely shook the building. What a big-time dunk.
So the timeout taken here, the first for the West All-Stars.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, and you know, that's going to be the focus of this timeout. They need to come up with a spark to get the offense going.
A big group substitution here for the East. Shaq is checked in for Antetokounmpo. Nowitzki comes in for Kevin Durant. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade. And B subbed in for Gilbert Arenas. So an almost entirely new group now for the West. Tim Duncan, he's checked in for Malone. Pierce comes in for Kevin Garnett. Jason Kidd's checked in for Bryant. And Paul subbed in for Nash. And here's Jennings following the three-pointer by Jason Kidd. Carter outside. Five to shoot. From about 16. The shot missing. The West All-Stars will go the other way with it. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Vince Carter picks one up.
And Kidd, really just a nightly triple-double threat. Big point guard who can score, pass, and also rebounds the ball.
And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the East All-Stars.
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots, a key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
The West All-Stars making a switch here. Weber's checked in. We've got 1:13 left to play in the first quarter. Weber against Jennings. 13 feet away. And Nowitzki gets it to go down on the assist by Jennings.
You've got to try to keep pace with Nowitzki now. Once he sets that pick, he's looking to get the ball back with the hard cut.
Here's Kidd. And it's sent back by Carter. 43 seconds left here in the first quarter. Shaq down low. He's covered by Kidd. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jennings dishes to Nowitzki. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Nowitzki's got his second bucket of the night.
You do not want to give Nowitzki any room to shoot, especially from the perimeter. I mean, that's where he's most dangerous.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Ball outside. Pass to Weber. Over James. Weber can't hit.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. The East All-Stars up on top. They lead by 5. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Welcome back for the second quarter of the main event of All-Star Weekend.
And you can see these players now starting to get into a rhythm. Should see a lot better flow to the game here in the second quarter.
That's usually the case. I mean, it takes some time to gel with your teammates at the All-Star game.
And not as many turnovers as we often get in this game. So good to see both teams taking care of the ball.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, surprisingly, very well controlled for the most part. Sometimes things get a little wild out there, but not so here.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court for the East All-Stars, O'Neal is out there with Nowitzki. Then it's Iverson, and there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Carter in at the small forward.
A little light on the fouls in terms of what's been called tonight. And that's usually the theme in this game.
I agree. I mean, the guys always play reasonably hard, but they don't necessarily play physically, if that makes any sense. The officials' jobs are usually pretty easy in this one.
Offensive rebound. It's blocked by Shaq.
Love seeing O'Neal use his body to come up with those blocks. An imposing force and a pretty consistent defender as well.
And how about the reach of O'Neal there? A huge target for his teammates on these alley-oops.
Here in the second quarter with a little over a minute gone. Paul with the ball. Picked up by Nowitzki. Down low. Anthony's shot is off.
Man, I can't believe he blew that gimme, guys. Well, I know he's frustrated about that.
Iverson against Paul. Iverson kicks to Nowitzki. Pierce with the steal, and here they come. Here's Weber. It's good.
Watch out now. When this guy gets into a rhythm, it is something to behold.
Now here's Iverson. Nowitzki outside. Nowitzki draws the double. Just 4 to shoot. Carter for 3. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Yes, he did. The floor awareness of Nowitzki, admirable. Does a stellar job working the ball over to the open man.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over. We've heard the calls for more diversity among head coaches, Greg. With the turnover this offseason came a lot of opportunity.
And Kevin, that's really what it's all about, right? The league's values of diversity and inclusion have been really pushed to the forefront. And I think that's one reason why our game is so popular globally, because it is so inclusive.
So the West ends up going with the new group. Kobe goes in. Nash against Iverson. Goes up the baseline. Count that one, and the East All-Stars lead has been cut to just 7 points in the basket from Nash.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Now, here's Wade. Wade on the wing. Plays it up and banks it in. Wade's got the lead up to 9 now for the East All-Stars.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness. If they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Bryant against Wade. Bryant's shot is good. Kobe's got his first points of the night.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Sometimes, for whatever reason, a lot of times you don't know why. It takes a little while to work the knots out, but it looks like they're putting it together right now. Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
Garnett wide open. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Now just a 5-point East All-Star lead. Carter looking around. Off by Carter.
You know, we always get some great dunks in this game, and I think we can add that to the list.
Check out the reaction. Listen to that. I mean, that slam was a raise the roofer.
Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Nash, the pass to Kobe. Back to Nash. Malone in the high post. Kicks it out to Garnett. He feeds it to Nash. Bryant against Wade. And Wade sends it back.
I'll tell you what, Wade's one of the best in the history of the game as a shot blocker from the two-guard position, using his athleticism to leap up and turn shots away.
And a chance there to look back at the stunning Mobile One block a moment ago.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
Catching up on changes for the West. Duncan comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Jason Kidd has subbed in for Steve Nash. Kobe with the steal. Now here's Kobe, the fast break opportunity. Wade with the block. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And the dunk by O'Neal.
And AI, Allen Iverson, does more than just shoot the ball. He also has a great feel for when his teammates are wide open.
And so Bryant will bring it up for the West All-Stars. They trail by 9 points. "11 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Garnett. Malone trying to break free. He hits the back iron and sends the shot. Garnett's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, the mid-range J of Garnett is a thing of beauty. Textbook release from the big man.
And so we wrap up the first half. East All-Stars lead by 7. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, a great game so far, guys, but it appeared to be the East All-Stars who were having the most fun out there. And they're sitting on a nice advantage heading into the second half. The West may buckle down and get a little more serious as they try to cut into that lead after halftime.
Well, and coming to this game, you know it's a showcase. I mean, so much talent out there on both sides on that. The East is bringing so far.
And all of these guys have a huge competitive. Loving to face off against guys as good as them. And that's not always the case every night. In the real game, in the regular season, most of these guys are the best or the second best players on the floor.
And it's time to strap in as we get set to bring you the explosive action of the second half of the All-Star game.
And that first half was terrific. I'll bet anything, though, the second has even more in store for us.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I think it's going to be a spectacular final two quarters.
Well, we're back on a night that's always a highlight of any NBA season. We're live from the All-Star game.
And, you know, you always look forward to this game, and this one certainly has lived up to the billing so far.
There is not another show in sports quite like the NBA All-Star game, is there?
On the floor for the West All-Stars, they've got Nash, Garnett out there with Garnett, and there's Malone, and it's Bryant in at the shooting guard. Now here's Nash. Got a piece of it, and stolen by Iverson, and they're pushing it up. There's the lob to Carter. Nash with it. Iverson picks him up. Inside, here's Kobe, and finish off by Bryant.
You know, Nash is an excellent distributor, a phenomenal floor general, great at recognizing when his guys are open.
And the East All-Stars decide to take their first time out here.
Every time out, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
Some changes here for the East. Anthony's checked in for Nowitzki. And Paul George is subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Carter left side. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. 6 to shoot. Looking for Anthony and gets it there. That one falls. Anthony's got the lead up to 9 now for the East All-Stars.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
I tell you what, it reminds me of one of my college coaches who used to say, that ain't gonna get it done. That's 5 straight baskets in the paint now.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. An outstanding defensive play to earn the Mobile One block.
And this is how you protect and grow a lead, by making a huge effort on that end of the floor.
And the West All-Stars have possession. Passes it to Kobe. To the left wing. Here's Malone. The shot, no good. Anthony with the defensive effort. Here's George. The East All-Stars tack on 2 more.
I tell you, George is an amazing athlete. He's got great speed, and when he's in the open court running the break, That's a scary look for the defense.
Now here's Garnett.
Defensive defender all over.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Line for two.
Free throw drops for Garnett.
And Garnett, a vocal leader, always trying to psych his guys up and get into the head of the opponent.
So for the West, Paul Pierce is checked in for Malone. Stockton comes in for Bryant. And it's Paul in for Steve Nash.
Timeout, East
Timeout
All-Stars.
called East All-Stars. He's checked in for Iverson. The West All-Stars also with the sub. Weber's checked in.
And, you know, the fan voting is what determines the starters in the All-Star game. Then the coaches will decide on the reserves. But either way, whether you're picked by the fans or the coaches, earning the title NBA All-Star, and that's an honor none of these players will ever forget.
Here is Paul. After the East All-Stars, three-pointer on the other end. That one goes. Count it.
You know, it's amazing to me how Chris Paul does not sacrifice any accuracy when he shoots it off the dribble. He's a catch-and-shoot guy with some reliability, and off the dribble just as good.
Now here's Jennings. Lets it go with a three. Kevin Garnett grabs the miss. Well, Greg, one thing we know for sure, you know that every player who earned a spot on this roster is going to see his share of action. Spreading the minutes evenly, as you've always talked about, is always a top priority for these All-Star game coaches.
And you're so right, Kevin. I mean, for all the hard work these players put in to get here, I mean, each one deserves a chance, if you will, to share the spotlight. It's one of the great things about the All-Star game.
Outside, George. The shot's good. Jennings making the play. Jennings has got his third assist on the night.
Yeah, that's back-to-back threes. The D just seems to be slacking off a little bit.
Now, here is Weber. Again, the West All-Star.
And as usual, neither team really grinding too hard at the defensive end.
And I think that's okay in this event. I mean, I say the more highlights, the better.
O'Neal, that's a two-pointer. West All-Stars with the rebound. Pierce up top. He's guarded by Jennings. Stockton passes to Pierce. Shoots over Jennings. The shot by Pierce will not go. Garnett against Anthony. Over Garnett. O'Neal trying to break free. Outside for George. For three. It's rebounded by the West. Garnett's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Out to the right wing. Stockton with it, and it's Carter picking him up. It's stolen by Carter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Carter's got 7 points.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
And so it's Weber with it. He brings it up for the West All-Stars. 11-point game.
Boy, Weber doing a nice job passing the ball. Seems to know whenever one of his guys is open. That's extra talent there.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Carter for 3. Kevin Garnett grabs the miss. Garnett's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Stockton against Carter. Outside, Pierce. What a play! Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock. Nice job.
What was really impressive there, though, guys, was that he could have rushed it and panicked, and yet he kept his cool and splashed it.
And so it's the East All-Stars headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And we welcome you back. The biggest stars of the league are putting on a show here at the All-Star Game.
And we're seeing some world-class basketball being played here tonight.
That's exactly what you'd expect coming from the absolute greatest players on the planet.
And the West All-Stars with possession. They trail by 7. They've got Paul George, Antetokounmpo out there with Nowitzki. Then there's B, and it's Carter in at the shooting guard position. That's the 5 out there for the East All-Stars. Jennings looking around. And Carter with the basket on the assist by Jennings. Jennings has got his 5th assist in this one. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the East All-Stars.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
But also, they put the offense on its heel. Look at the number of steals they've been able to get. And that's something they also can take great pride in.
Jennings finds Carter. That's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Carter's gotten 5 of his 7 shots to fall. Jennings against Nash. Here's Bryant. That one a little long. Kobe's got 3 of his 9 shots to fall. Timeout called East All-Stars. Some changes here for the East. Shaq's checked in front of Antetokounmpo. James comes in for George. And Iverson's subbed in for B. Now here is Carter. Driving in and finished off by Carter.
We seeing some high-flying efforts tonight, or what?
Are we ever? I mean, they're doing some major damage to those rims.
Timeout called here. The West All-Stars decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
The East making a switch. Durant's checked in. Carter's gone a terrific 6 of 8 shooting from the floor. Nash dishes to Bryant. Pass to Garnett. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Always nice to see Bryant find the open man. He gets so much attention on himself. That helps create opportunities for other guys.
Now here's Iverson. And we're around 2 minutes into the 4th quarter here. The high post shot, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And the mid-range game of Iverson is quite steady. Has a rapid-fire release, and even at his size, it's hard to get to his shot.
Iverson against Nash. Here's the pass to Malone. Duncan right side. Clock at 6. There's Nash with the 3, and it's LeBron James with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Durant against Garnett. James sinks that one from the post.
Yeah, you know, LeBron is such a talented finisher. The defense in that situation just unable to keep him from that shot.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Bryant with it. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for it.
The mid-range stroke of Bryant, you got to admire that. I mean, he's got a terrific feel from here.
James looking it over. From deep three-point range, Durant kicks to James. Lets it go. Misses off the right iron. And so here are the West All-Stars. 11-point game. Garnett the pass to Nash. And stolen by Iverson. The shot. And LeBron with the basket. The assist by Iverson.
That defense has to worry so much about LeBron as a passer that it opens things up for his jump shot.
Bryant in the post, working on James. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of